Hello everyone and welcome to a new weekly reading vlog. I asked you guys on Instagram what you would like to see first from me on this channel, and I asked either a weekly reading vlog or a TBR cards tour, and a lot of you voted for the weekly reading vlog. It was the one that had the most votes, so here I am. Today it is Saturday. I honestly should have started this vlog a few days ago, but I just kept forgetting because I'm not used to this yet, you know? So yeah, I'm starting it now, and it's already after lunch. Today I went for a walk by the beach because the weather has been just so nice. It's like sunny all day and it's kind of like cold but also warm in the sun. It's just so nice. So I went for a walk at the beach and it was just beautiful, and I had lunch and now it's after lunch. And before I start talking about my reads for this week, I just want to talk about my hair because maybe someone can help me. So basically I always thought that I had straight hair, and that was just my thing because I don't normally let my hair like air dry. I normally just like blow dry it, and as I'm blow drying it, obviously the hair is getting straighter, and so I just blow dry it and straighten it and that's it. And I always thought that I had straight hair, but a few months ago I started seeing a lot of TikToks and reels about the curly haired method, or whatever it's called, and just a lot of people that thought that they had straight hair like try a bunch of different products and methods that like people with curly hair use, and they realized that their hair was not straight after all. And I just like, that has been in my head ever since I started seeing it, and I just kept thinking like, do I really have straight hair? Would this work on me? And basically I've been kind of on that journey, because this is what my hair looks like when I air dry it. Basically I always knew that it air dried like this in the summer, but since I normally don't air dry it, I just didn't think that my hair could be anything other than straight. I don't know why, but yeah, my hair air dries like this. Today I didn't blow dry it and it's still a bit wet. It's definitely not straight, you know, and it has a lot of volume, and I would just think, oh, my hair's frizzy, but maybe my hair air dries like this and not like wavy or curly or anything really, because I don't really know what this is. It air dries like this because I'm not using the right products, and this is where you guys could come in and help me. I've had some people recommend me some products for like curly hair and stuff, but I don't even know if I have curly hair. Maybe it's just wavy, but maybe I could like get like better waves and more defined kind of waves, or maybe even curls. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what my hair is, and I'm trying to find that out. So I would just like some suggestions on products and stuff that I could like maybe try with my hair. I don't know. I even threw out my blow dryer's diffuser because I didn't think I needed it, and now I need it, and maybe I shouldn't have thrown that out, but oh well. The only thing is I'm afraid to invest in products for my hair and then them not working, or me just not using them and not liking them. So that's something that I'm also afraid of, because I also dye my hair, so I usually use products for dyed hair because I want to maintain the color. I'm just really confused about what this is and what I should do, and I would like I always wanted to have like wavy hair, like pretty waves, but this is not pretty, at least I don't think. I don't think it suits me that well. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what this is, and I would like to know. So if you have any recommendations for products I could use in my hair that are like beginner friendly, because I also don't know what I'm doing at all. So yeah, today I'm just trying to work with this, but I don't really like it. It's kind of like frizzy in some places, especially on this side. I don't know why this side looks better than this one. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to end up straightening it because I'm just used to my hair straightened, and I just like how it looks. I know how to work with it, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, enough of my hair and let's talk about reading for the week. So the book that I'm currently reading is Black Enough, Stories of Being Young and Black in America, edited by Evie Boy. And this is an anthology about obviously being Black in America, and it has a bunch of white authors that I've already read from, and I'm really liking it so far. I am 115 pages in, so this far into the book, and yeah, this is just a collection of short stories about being Black. I thought it suited the time of the year since we're in Black History Month. Even though I tried to read from diversified authors all year round, this February I just wanted to read Black authors, so the rest of my TBR is only Black authors. Actually, the only exception to this rule is the audiobook that I'm listening to now, because I started it last month and I ended up not finishing it before the end of January. I'm still listening to, I don't know if you can see that, The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith. This one has been on my TBR for so long, and so I decided to listen to the audiobook. I am 30% through and I still have a long way to go, but I am really liking the book. It is a hard-hitting contemporary and it follows our main character Eden, and one day she was sexually assaulted by one of her, I think her brother's best friend. And the book actually starts like that, and big trigger warning for that because it is a very graphic scene, and the rest of the book is just Eden trying to cope with what happened to her. And I think the story is told in 4 different times, and it's basically following her freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year in high school and how she copes throughout the years with the situation that happened to her. And I think I'm still in the freshman year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm really liking the book so far. It is very hard-hitting, it is very graphic, so please look out for that when reading this book. And yeah, that is the audiobook that I'm listening to currently, and like I said, I started last month, so this is not a Black author, but I want to finish it obviously, so I'm gonna finish it probably this week as well. And I wanted to share, since I'm not doing TBR videos, I wanted to share the rest of the books that I'm reading for the rest of the month. So other than Black Enough, which I'm probably gonna finish this week, I am also going to be reading our book club book, which I still don't have physically with me, which is Open Water. And honestly, I'm not even sure what it talks about. It was very talked about when it came out, and I saw a lot of people discussing it then, but I honestly don't even know the plot of the book. But let me grab the plot and read it to you guys. So, 2 young people meet at a pub in southeast London. Both are Black British, both won scholarships to private schools where they struggle to belong. Both are now artists, he a photographer, she's a dancer, trying to make their mark in a city that by turns celebrates and rejects them. Tentatively, tenderly, they fall in love, but 2 people who seem destined to be together can still be torn apart by fear and violence. Okay, that sounds honestly amazing. And yeah, that is our book club pick for February, and I am really excited for it now because I didn't know the plot and now it just really intrigues me. And I also know that is a short book from what I've seen around, and so that is great because I love short books. I still don't have that book physically, but I'm planning to get it soon because I need to read it this month. Had to go and grab the next book on my TBR because it is also for our book club, but for our nonfiction baddies book club, our pick for January and February, and it is Refusing Compulsory Sexuality, a Black Asexual Lens on Our Sex-Obsessed Culture by Sharonda J. Brown. So excited for this one. I've been loving our book club picks for the nonfiction baddies book club, and I've also just in general been loving nonfiction, so yeah, I feel like I'm going to love this book, and I'm excited to read it. The next book that I will be hopefully reading this month is Love by Toni Morrison. I kind of didn't want to start with this one by Toni Morrison. I wanted to read Beloved. Is that the title? I think it is. I wanted to read Beloved first, but I just haven't bought it and I have this one, so why not just read this one this month? I'm really curious to read this book. I feel like from reading the back of the book, I think it's about a group of women who are all obsessed with a man called Bill Cozy. He shapes their yearning for a father, husband, lover, guardian, and friend. And yeah, it's just a book about love. I feel like it's the title of the book, so it makes sense. So yeah, I'm excited to read this book as well. It's also very short, which I love, and that is another one. This is just a book that I put on my TBR if I do have time for more books. Since I already have 4 books on my TBR, I don't know if I will get to this one, but if not, I will just read it in March. And it is The Girl with the Lauding Voice by Abidare. I've heard amazing things about this book, and I know a lot of people who I trust with their opinions that they love this book, so yeah, I'm excited to read it. I think it's about a young girl in Nigeria, and I kind of feel like I don't want to know more because I just want to be surprised. So yeah, I either read this one this month or in March, we'll see. So yeah, those are the books that I'm planning on reading this month. Also Open Water, which I still need to get. And yeah, now I'm reading this one, really enjoying it. My favorite story so far is the first one actually, which is by Renee Watson. It is about 2 sisters at a summer camp, and it was just really fun but also hard-hitting and emotional, and yeah, that is my favorite so far. I'll continue reading this one today and also listening to my audiobook of The Way It Used to Be. And yeah, those are my updates for now. I am going to sort this out now, so I'll see you guys later. Hello, so I haven't updated in a few days. It is now Wednesday night. It wasn't an accident that I just like forgot to film for a couple of days, because honestly something that really annoyed me when I was either editing or just like looking back at old weekly reading vlogs was that sometimes I didn't really have an update to give you, and I would still like force myself to give you an update every single day. Even if I read like 5 pages, I would be like, hey guys, so I read 5 pages, and that's pointless to be honest, and I really want to avoid that. So from now on, I'm only going to give you updates when I actually have something to say about my readings. Otherwise I'll just keep it to myself. And even now I'm filming this update, but I could definitely have more things to say. But to be quite honest with you, my work week hasn't been going well. I've been really stressed at work, and it's been a very overwhelming week, and so for that reason I am not reading a lot, because once I get out of work I just want to decompress, and obviously reading is something that I do to decompress, but it's a lot easier to be on my phone or watching TV to decompress than actually picking up a book. Anyway, so my first update is that I finished my audiobook listen of what is it called? The Way I Used to Be by Emma Smith. I think it was on Monday that I finished it, and I really enjoyed the audiobook. It was a really nice audiobook to listen to, and I did like the story. But my thing is, it's been happening a lot to me, but I just see a lot of people give a book a really high rating and saying that it's one of the best books they've ever read and stuff. And then I read it and I have such high expectations that it just doesn't get there, you know? That also happened with Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which came out last year, and I really liked the book. It just didn't meet the expectations that I had for the book, and this is also another case of that. I really liked the book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and it was very hard-hitting. I loved the way it was told, and yeah, I really liked the book overall, but I was just expecting to be like mind blown, you know, from all of the reviews I saw online. I still really liked it and I do recommend it, but like I said before, please check the trigger warnings before starting this book. It is very graphic and it talks about obviously sexual assault. So yeah, that was The Way I Used to Be. It didn't meet my expectations of the book, but that's my own fault because I saw a lot of reviews online for some reason. So yeah, that's that. And then I spent like 25 minutes on Scribd trying to find another audiobook to listen to and by a Black author for Black History Month, and it was really hard. Not that I didn't have a lot of Black authors and Black books to pick, but I just, nothing felt right, you know? And there were a lot of books that I was like, oh, I could listen to this one, but it just doesn't feel like the right time to listen to this book. That happened a lot. And also a lot of books that I have here saved could be potential book club picks for the future, so I didn't want to like waste them, you know? So the book that I settled on is one that I honestly haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but it sounds right up my alley, and it is These Ghosts Are Family by Maisie Card. And yeah, I've seen this cover around, but I just never saw anyone really talk about the book. And this book is basically about family and secrets, and I could actually read you the plot so you could understand better. Stanford Solomon's shocking 30-year-old secret is about to change the lives of everyone around him. Stanford has done something no one could ever imagine. He is a man who faked his own death and stole the identity of his best friend. Stanford Solomon is actually Abel Paisley. And now, nearing the end of his life, Stanford is about to meet his firstborn daughter, Irene Paisley, a home-held aide who has unwittingly shown up for her first day of work to tend to the father she thought was dead. These Ghosts Are Family revolves around the consequences of Abel's decision and tells the story of the Paisley family from colonial Jamaica to present-day Harlem. And that is basically the gist of it. It's basically a man who lies about his identity, and then he somehow meets his firstborn daughter, and it's probably about her finding out his secret and finding out that that man she's taking care of is actually her father, who she thought he was dead all this time. This book just sounds right up my alley. I love stories about families, and especially about like complicated family relations. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to really enjoy this audiobook. I'm still in the second chapter, but I'm really liking it so far. And as for my physical read, I am still reading Black Enough, edited by Evie Zaboy, and I am more than halfway, not maybe like close to only having a third to read, a third of the book. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I do have a new favorite. My favorite now is actually by an author that I've never read before, and I don't even know what books she has published. But the short story is called Whoa, and it is by Rita Williams Garcia. I need to check out more of her stuff because I really liked her short story. But yeah, I am going to read now, and I would like to finish this by Friday so I can start a new book during the weekend. And I feel like I'm definitely going to finish it by Friday. This book is honestly very easy to read, and maybe in other circumstances, if I wasn't having a shitty week at work, I probably would have read this by now. But yeah, I've been spending way too much time on my phone, honestly, that's the whole truth. Also, another thing that has made me not read as much is that I am on a mission to watch all of the Oscar nominated movies. For Best Picture, definitely I'm going to watch all of them. Unfortunately, because that means I have to watch Top Gun, which I'm not looking forward to, but I will do it. And I also want to watch some of the other movies that are nominated in other categories. I watched a documentary on Sunday or Monday, one of the documentaries that is being nominated, which is Fire of Love, and I also really like that. And also yesterday I went to the cinema at night after work and I watched The Fabelmans by Steven Spielberg, which is running for Best Picture, and I really like that movie. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to like it that much, but it was just really, really good and a really good movie experience. I feel like because a lot of these movies I've been watching at home, and it was really nice to go to the cinema and watch that one. I feel like I only have like 2 or 3 from the Best Picture nominees left. Let me check. I think I still need to watch Top Gun, unfortunately, and I still need to watch Women Talking because it hasn't premiered here yet, so I still need to watch that somehow. Oh, also I haven't watched Tar, but I'm watching it next week, probably on Tuesday. And I also need to watch Banshees of Inisherin. I am probably gonna watch that this weekend, to be honest. I think this is the first time that I will be watching all of the Best Picture nominees. I always get close to watching all of them, but I think this year I will actually watch all of them. Just need to push it through for Top Gun. I've heard it's an amazing movie. I just don't feel like it's my type of movie at all. Same thing with All Quiet on the Western Front. I watched that on Monday, and it's just not my type of movie. I don't like horror movies. I can recognize that the movie looks amazing, and it's obviously an anti-war movie, and I can recognize a lot of things about that movie that are great, but it's just not my type of movie. And I thought it was too long, which I feel like most of the nominees are for some reason this year. Like, why are they all almost 3 hours? Like, I don't get it, and I'm not here for that. Also, if you're wondering, my favorites so far of the ones that I watched that are nominated for Best Picture is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I kind of want to rewatch that movie already, and I watched it like a month ago, but it's just so good. That is a really great movie. If you haven't watched it, go watch it because it's just really worth it. But I'm still looking forward to watching Tar and also Banshees because I've heard a lot of great things about that movie as well. I don't know, we'll see. Those are my thoughts on the Oscars. That is another reason why I haven't been reading as much. I've just been watching movies, and the movies are so long that I just don't have time to read after work and after watching a bunch of movies. But it's totally worth it because I love watching movies, so it's not even a bad thing. It's just that when I need to decompress and go on my phone, that's something that I need to fix. And to fix that right now, I'm going to continue reading this, and hopefully I'll have more updates before the vlog ends. I have not given an update in a couple of days. Honestly, I've just been having really busy days, not only at work, but also just personally. I've just been doing a bunch of things. So it's already Sunday. Yesterday I had a whole like pampering day. I went to the hairdresser, I got my nails done, and I watched some Gilmore Girls, and it was just a nice time. That's something that I haven't talked about here because I started watching Gilmore Girls on my like little booktube break, and yeah, I've been watching that. I'm on season 4, And actually maybe like a week ago or something, I finally, I guess, got spoiled for Gilmore Girls for something that is probably going to happen in the season that I'm in right now. And I got really upset, but honestly that show has been out for 20 years. I just don't know how I didn't come across that spoiler before, but yeah, I was spoiled. And I was mad, but at the same time I was like, makes sense because this show has been out and it's really popular, especially right now I feel like. And yeah, I got spoiled, but I'm on season 4 and I'm really enjoying that show. But now in terms of reading updates, so I finished reading Black Enough, edited by the Ibiza Boy, and I feel like this was just like the perfect read for Black History Month, because it just had so much variety of stories in this. But unfortunately, I felt like all my favorite stories in this were like the shortest ones. And the ones that I really didn't care about were just like super long, almost 40 pages long. And that's something that really bothered me because I just wanted more from the stories that I loved, and then I just didn't get it. That were my favorite were by Renee Watson, by Rita Williams Garcia, like I had said before. Also by Danielle Clayton, by Justina Ireland, and Nick Stone. I think those were my favorites out of this collection, and that's actually great because some of these authors that I just named, I've never heard or read anything by them. I just love anthologies because of that. It's just a great way to find new authors to check out. So yeah, I read this. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5. Just because of what I was saying, like my favorite short stories were really short. But yeah, I really enjoyed it overall. And I'm still listening to the audiobook for My Ghost or Family, is that the name? I don't have my phone here with me to check, but it's The Ghost or Family, something like that. And the cover is really colorful. I just don't know the exact title. And also this week, I think on Thursday, I got finally in the mail Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson, and this is our book club pick for this month. And I think it is the book that I'm going to pick up next because I still haven't picked up anything after finishing Black Enough physically. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick this one next. And like I said before, this is such a short book. This is 147 pages, so it's super short, and I want to finish this like during the week because next weekend I am going away and I'm going on a trip, and I actually think I'm going to start it right now after I finish filming this. But yeah, those are my reading updates. Basically, I finished Black Enough, still listening to my audiobook, and I'm going to start reading Open Water. So those are my reading updates. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. It feels good to be back, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!